AskReddit by Halloween 365. What makes you feel old as shit? I look in the mirror, and that 72-year-old face looking back at me says it all. Sucks, because OP is only 37. People who were born when I started college are starting college. I interviewed someone the other day as part of a new grad program we have, and they were born after I graduated. They found it funny. I'm in my 30s doing an apprenticeship for a new career, and there's a kid in my class who was born the year before I graduated high school. One of my co-workers was talking about buying his son a new truck for HS graduation. Neither myself nor the fellow employee are 40 yet. That feels really strange. Doctors are younger than me now. It is unnerving. Being the guy that owns the Gmail and Hotmail email address with just my first and last name together. All the other same named people have to add a number or something at the end to have their name. Yup. Unfortunately, along with the uniqueness of first name last name at gmail.com address, I get the added benefit that there are a bunch of people, one in Australia that sends his concert tickets there, a university student in the UK that orders Domino's regularly, as well as guys in NorCal, SoCal, TX, FL, MI, and CT that seem to think my Gmail account is theirs. 3 have even registered their new cars to my account. Not to mention the fact that I have the same name as a fairly famous television executive producer showrunner. I somehow end up getting on email threads and hearing about upcoming shows months before they air. Plus I get a peek into network execs' thoughts on different demographics and their anticipated response to different things on the show. I've given up trying to alert these groups that I'm not that guy someone always adds me back in. I was talking with the daughter of a friend. She's 15. She told me Harry Potter is an old people thing. I wasn't even born yet. Obliviate. I tried to pull something remotely similar to an all-nighter recently and got about 3 hours of sleep. I want to die. I feel this on a spiritual level. Staying up late has always been my last bastion of freedom. Now I just wanna sleep. The fact that we're closer to 2050 than we are to 1995. Fuck you for that. Listening to Nirvana today is the same as listening to the Beatles in the 90s. Hyperventilating. The 90s wasn't actually 10 years ago. This weekend someone on Reddit was talking about Ellen DeGeneres becoming famous 20 years ago. I pointed out that she was becoming famous 40 years ago. He responded that he didn't remember her before the 90s. Not knowing any of the newer artists at festivals. Wait till you don't know the headliners. Having to scroll and fecking scroll to find my birth year when completing an online form. It turns into a game of The Price is Right. I recently stopped smoking. One of the lasses I work with asked how long I'd smoked for. She's 21 and I'd smoked longer than she'd been alive. Positive news: 3 weeks without a cigarette. My daughter turning 40. Yup, that'll do it. Went to a public library. Told me that they no longer use USBs. Thumb drives. This legitimately should be at the top. What do they use now? The cloud. How much data are they purchasing to host it up there? My hips, my swelling randomly for no reason but the onset of menopause, my silver hair being more than 75% now, and the fact that I can't eat most foods like I used to without some horrible side effects, swelling, constipation, and my perfect natural teeth are starting to go bad. Oh, and anytime I start a movie, I fall right to sleep. Damn. Also waking up to pee like every 2 hours during the night. Like WTF is that about? I have to get my wedding ring resized. My joints swelled and I got them checked. Osteoarthritis, like my grandma. That's old. Old lady hands. I'm an older first-time parent. Ran into someone I knew from high school when I went to pick my son up from daycare. She was there to pick up her grandson. 40s parents unite. People romanticizing the 90s aesthetic. Saw a tween in flare cargo jeans without back pockets the other day and almost went on a rant about how my generation fought to have back pockets on jeans and how dare you throw that away. I make a noise when I sit down, get up. Man, I'm 17 and I do that, WTF. A middle schooler now looks back at Nirvana like I looked back at Elvis when I was their age. The fact that children who were born in 2016 to 2017 are going to go to school. 2018 kids are starting kindergarten this year. The song Sweet Dreams Are Made of This is 40 years old. And even the Marilyn Manson version is 28 years old. One of the new soldiers in my unit was talking about how they learned about 9/11 in history class. Bitch, I was in class when that happened. Fuck, might as well join AARP now. I backed my fire engine into the bay after a call just in time to see the second plane hit the tower. Edit, live on TV. People driving by me when I'm riding my bike, beeping at me and giving me the thumbs up like you go, old man. Apparently someone of my advanced years riding a bicycle is inspirational. Thanks for the laugh. My shitty knees. I tried painting my baseboards last week. Taped everything off, put down drop cloths and sat on the floor 10 minutes later, after using the counter to pull myself up. I'm on the phone with a painter. Hearing snap crackle pop and then pouring my cereal. Lol, good one. When people say 30 years ago, and they mean the 1990s, not the 1960s. WTF are you talking about? 30 years ago was the 1950s. The sudden appearance of my wizard eyebrows. My husband has begun the transformation. He was trying to tell me that he didn't need to trim them, but then when he went for his last haircut the stylist asked him if he wanted her to trim his eyebrows too. Lol. She didn't, it looks great. Hiring interns who aren't old enough to drink. Soon, hiring interns where I am old enough to be their father. Also, hiring people who don't remember 9/11. Because they weren't born. Back pain. Might be your bed getting old and not you. Not saying it's that simple OFC, but after 3 nights on an old, much too soft bed, the difference was quite obvious, and my partner and I pondered how it's probably quite possible to have a bed gradually get worse with age and not realize it because you think the back pain is just you getting old.